but that's not relevant. But we're gonna be getting into basically Fresh and Fit. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. Now, to be blatantly honest with you, what's it called? Let's be real. People that have brains and logic, whatever, and not emotional, yada yada yada, the whole freaking nine. You know what I mean? They clearly know what's up. There's been so many celebrities, so many UFC fighters, Rampage Jackson, you name it, the whole fucking nine, that know these guys will, have very, very good arguments, logic, and spit facts, and yada, 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 you know what I mean? And they're really, really, really good, you know what I mean? And they know what they're doing, and they basically speak things that society really does need to know and understand and need, and it is important. While then you have the other percentage of people, which is either like, really bad people or people that have mental health issues or whatever, yada yada, the whole fucking nine or three or fours, whatever you want to call them, to where basically they're like, oh, they hate women and blah blah, misogyny and yada yada yada, and it's just blatantly not correct. They love women. They literally have them on their shows all the fucking time. Plenty abundance of women that agree with them as well, and even or on their show and have a great time as well, and and they'll even fucking call out and be like, all the women, those are just dumb women, yada yada. So at the end of the day, when it comes to all this, sure, there could be some controversy or contentiousness, but at the end of the day, if we're really looking with the microscope, right, they're clearly not that. Like, let's be real, guys. If someone is blatantly a misogynist or actually hates women, it doesn't take, for you to be the most intelligent person to know that. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be blatantly obvious. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like, you'd be like, oh, fuck all women and yada yada. Or be like, freaking, oh, they can't, the whole nine. You get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, like, they'll be insulting them or just say, like, they're incapable. They'll just be saying baloney nonsense, right? So, at the end of the day, there is plenty of things that women are better than compared to our sex, with men and whatnot. It is a thing. There are many things that they are better in, so on and so forth. Yada yada yada. One thing I know for absolute fact, if you guys want to believe me or not, women are actually very, very good in education. In schools, you name it, they perform way better. Yada yada, all that stuff. So, like I said, I can go all day. But I could speak the same for men. I can speak the same for women. So. And they acknowledge that too. You know what I mean? They'll be now there's like certain moments where I would be thinking they're tripping. Certain moments. It's rare, but there's certain moments. You know what I mean? Where I'll be like, hold up a minute. You know what I mean? Like one of them is where this sometimes comes up a lot too, where Myron, he'll be asked like, oh, do you really think like women have like no disadvantage whatsoever, like something along in that regard and context, and he'd be like, yeah, no, I don't think so at all. And it's like, bro, do we have a woman president? You know what I mean? Like politics, you get what I'm saying? Like, I can go on and on and on. So it's like, no matter what, it's those type of things. I think they're tripping on, because let's be real, in certain factions or in our society in the world, there's just things that men will blow the waters with, and women will absolutely blow the waters with, and there's no equity, and it's bullshit, but that's just how reality is, right, in society. It's not right, but that's how it is, now, but in a general sense, majority of things, as of now, women actually technically have more of the advantage. From all the statistics I've seen, all the podcasts, YouTube, you name it, the whole nine, even fucking feminists themselves, okay? All of them. You know what I mean? They've spoke about it, whatever. As of now, it is prime time for women. Women are actually finally taking the lead, doing things, whatever. You know what I mean? They're the first ones to be hired, etc. They have so much fucking benefits, so much, and in comparison, you know what I mean? That's just kind of what you're working with. But either way, we're gonna get into it. I'm done kind of getting my introduction, intro, and rambling about things, but just want to kind of put that out there because I already know there'd be weirdos out there, but like, oh my god, he's reacting to these certain things, or he's reacting this. And it's like, bro, I'm fucking doing reactions. Even like that's the most funniest thing. It's like, even if I was reacting to a bad person, guess what? I'm gonna be flaming that person on top of it, or disagreeing with them and correcting them and yada yada. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't. What's your fucking point, bro? Like, good luck trying to prove that I fucking vibe with some crazy evil shit. So. At the end of the day, that's what you're working with. But we're going to get into it. Enough of me rambling. This stream's about 4 hours. So we're going to be doing basically 4 parts. So I'm just kind of putting that out there. But yeah, that's going to kind of be the vibes. And I'm going to check the stream once more just to make sure. Because my bit rate is fucking red. I don't know why. So I'm a little worried. So I'm gonna check my shit real quick just to make sure everything.
And the intro?
Oh, that's another thing. I forgot. Pearl's also in this. Now, she on the other hand, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Because there could be things that she'll be having logic around or it actually makes sense and it's clearly not her just hating to hate or whatever, blah, blah. But then she'll be saying some things where it's like, hold up, what the... You know what I mean? Like, for instance, she's had a thing where she's even said, like, basically, like, that women shouldn't be able to vote. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, what? Like, come on. Like, I don't understand that. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, you know. So, like, she, on the other hand, and even Myron and the other guy also, like, called Pearl out her shit. They actually had, like, a whole fight back in the past because there was disconnects or things they disagreed on. Like, Pearl, she's just weird, man. I don't know. She'd be just straight up just... Like she's a woman herself, but she just at all just doesn't fucking never in their corner, bro. So it's just, I don't know. So her, I can't speak for her, unfortunately, because there was like back then when I knew her and I saw her where she was like being relevant and coming up on social media and shit, and she eventually got canceled on everything and yada yada yada, the whole nine. But basically, what's it called? Like, okay, she's kind of spitting here on certain things, whatever, blah. And then the more I just saw her, the things she would tweet, I'm like, yeah, bro, you lost me. I'm like, you lost me, bro. And it's like, you wonder why you're being called a misogynist and yada yada, you know? But anyways, we're gonna get into it.
You guys call it
uni.
Yeah, so we call it uni, you guys call it college.
Yeah, or university too, but you guys like differentiate. So like you, college for you guys, because you guys finish what we call high school at 16, right? Here? And what do you guys call it? Secondary?
Oh, yeah.
Let's skip this. This is him collecting information.
Just so I understand, like, so
Mainly,
curate. I'm sorry, what?
I come up with ideas for shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo! Now, when you guys were at your very worst,
Super chats as well.
they smell things.
They shouldn't be in a relationship anyway.
Okay. Everybody that says like F pro, it's funny because like I'd have like 5 or so he's a regular guy. Like,
Yeah, he's
just,
a normal guy.
And taller than
Okay.
you or what?
0, you know.
Okay. Okay. All right. Them boys. Oh, WFNF as always. But quick question: why y'all bring this grifter pro on? Oh shit! She made a hit piece on y'all when you guys were at your lowest. We didn't forget. She tried bullying y'all. Fuck. Bro. Goddamn, them boy. You have anything you
Damn.
want to say? That,
See, I told you they had beef
No,
back then.
I mean, I was wrong. I apologized. So I will say on live on air that I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
You know, I was wrong. So.
And guys, we spoke. She definitely, you know, she's apologized for the better part of a year plus, man. And here's the thing. I think once it happened to her too.
Myron hung up on me the first time.
I did actually. She called me. I saw this UK number. I was like, "Who's this?" And I was like, and then I was like, she was like, "Oh yeah, it's Pro." I just like hung up. Hey man, like I said, you guys been asking for it forever, right? And you guys were like, "Yo, like collab with Pro, blah blah blah." Like, you know, you guys are on the same team, blah blah blah. And you know, she is doing good. She's helping a lot of people out. You're really working on it. Oh shit! I don't know if I should say it out loud.
Which the
You're working on something.
divorce documentary.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I've talked about that.
Okay.
Interesting.
You want to
Yeah.
say something about that real
Well,
quick?
it's not out yet, but we're working on it.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Divorce is really bad. It is really bad in society right now, bro. Like, it's really bad. And that, I don't want to fucking hear it. That favors women all day, every day. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? What's it called? You can literally look up all the statistics, Google, you name it. That is completely 100% in the girl's corner. Like, and it is really bad, and it's really sad. Shut the fuck up, timer. It's really sad of like how many girls are like, and not all girls obviously don't do this, but there is a lot of women that are taking advantage of that and just ruining lives and reputations and fathers and you name it, and it's just so sad. It's so fucking sad. You know, where they'll take all the financial or all the things, whatever, and yada yada, and the kids and this. It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Okay, but like, what does it cover?
Oh, basically just, I don't know. When I started this thing and I came on your show 3 years ago, I didn't understand why men didn't want to get married. You know, my parents have been married 30 years. They built a business together. I really didn't understand it. And it's just me like researching why that is and like telling stories of men that have really been negatively affected by the court system.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad. You can't hear these stories and not have it change your point of view.
Yeah.
And yeah, I will
That's
say,
fair.
yeah, being put in you guys' shoes, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is,
Oh yeah, because everyone turned on you over some bullshit too. After
Yeah.
doing an interview.
well,
with-
and
with-
I used to think you guys were really harsh, but it is so hard to control a room. I used to like not understand why you didn't say things nicer. And then I was in your shoes and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something that very few people will ever understand or grasp. It, like when you're running a podcast with a bunch of like people that aren't, creators themselves and don't have mic etiquette. It's a different world. But I mean, I get it. And there's a bunch of other things too that Pearl's been helping us out with behind the scenes. So, hey man, it is what it is. She apologized, guys. So, it is what it is.
W.
Damn, three
Squash
dickles
the
said fuck
beef.
Pro. Well, goddamn, nigga.
Pass the pass.
Wait, what did they say?
That
You said
nigga's
fuck
Certain
Pro.
things.
That nigga's going in.
Yeah.
Not everything.
Oh, that's
know.
why you don't want me to read this.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want me to
Oh, it's okay. They can. I don't
It's
get
fine.
offended.
It's for everybody that says like F Pro. It's funny because like I'd have like 5 or 10 people. Why did you guys collab? Blah blah blah.
Well, I'll tell you this. Right now, she's helping us a lot. So this
Yeah.
is a big help.
Facts. Also, see Pearl and FNF hash things out. Absolutely, guys. And actually, I'll tell you guys this. I buried the hatchet with someone else that you guys may or may not know. So we'll see something coming very soon for y'all. Mine, I'm
Bruh.
confused. Why are you collabing with Pearl? Help me understand. Like I said before, she's on the same team, guys. All Loser UK podcast bitches on today. God damn, man. They talking shit about y'all. Sunny Thera goes, I'm glad the Ghanaian girl didn't get circumcised. What the fuck?
What?
What is happening?
Sunny Thera again goes, art student means whore in England. What the fuck, bro? Sauce God FBS
Bro.
goes,
We're gonna
yeah,
skip this so it's not relevant. It's just reading shit.
Did you change your username?
The trousers.
Or offer him sex?
Yeah.
If you do the
make a
math, right,
choice.
that's 730 days. Only 2 days he had sex. Oh, did I?
So I
Alright, here
think
we
he
go.
cheated on her as well.
Yeah, you just don't reply. It's like, you're right. And
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
you're
You
right.
take good. Are you alright?
Oh.
Yeah. And so I was really confused when I first got here because I'm like, do I look sick? Like, why
Oh,
do people keep
shit.
asking me this?
What's your name again?
Rihanna.
They'd be like, yo, Rihanna's a painting, you know?
Oh,
Okay.
She's got the risk going already, man.
Sex. And then he divorced her for that.
Okay. Yeah, we're
or
right here.
offer him sex. He would have to complete chores.
Got the risk going already.
All right.
So it's been going viral on Twitter. This guy basically divorced his wife because they were together for
2 years.
2 years. No, they didn't have sex for 2 years. I
So
think
2
they were
years.
together for a total of 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But either way, she hadn't given him sex for 2 years, and what she was doing was when
Damn.
she did give him sex or offer him sex, he would have to complete chores to do it. So in other
What
words, she would,
happened?
you need to
What?
pass my compliance test to get sex, and then he divorced her for that. Who's in the right and who's in the wrong here?
he's well within his right.
He isn't right.
Let's start.
I'm gonna say this right now. I don't give a fuck what you are, an alien, girl, guy, whatever. But if you're literally not giving it up for 2 years, bro, and then making the other person do chores first, and then you'll do stuff, that's crazy. That is, come on, bro.
Right here, what are your thoughts on this?
I think he's in the right. Unless you're both asexual people and you're not really someone that cares about physical touch and all that, then cool, understandable. But if a man has got needs just as a woman's got needs, and if it's not getting met, you have every right to leave that.
So knowing that, how should he solve the issue without leaving? Like, how does he get girl to?
Or they could have come to an agreement. Why not be in an open relationship or have a polyamorous kind of thing, and then let him do his thing. If you don't want to lose him, but you're not giving the man what he needs, then
I think
maybe
he cheated
change
on her
the way.
too. For full transparency, I think he cheated on her as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that why she withdrew sex?
Might have been. I'm not sure.
Because that plays a
There's
factor.
always a reason.
That plays a factor. But what if she's just
Then why
an
stay with him then?
asexual? What if she's an asexual
then
or
she
whatever, and she's never really said anything, and before you know it,
That's where it gets a little spicy now. It's like, hey, well, he might have cheated though, and that's why she started. It's like at that point, it's like, wait a minute, It's like, is she, do you feel her now, or I'm gonna be honest. At the end of the day, cheating is horrible, regardless. But if you are ever put in that situation, it's 2 wrongs will make it right. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if that person hurt you and did some fuck shit, that doesn't just grant you to be like, oh, let me just torture this person out and just make him go through it 1,000,000 times more over, right? It's like, come on, bro. But so it's like at the end of the day, it's like, at that point they should both and I would say they both should just leave at that point, and that's it. It makes no logical sense to be so hurt by something but still want to stay with the person and then torture them in the process because, you know, you're hurt and you want revenge and yada. You know what I mean? That's just not productive. You know what I mean? It's not productive. It's very incompetent. It's going to cause more problems, a negative domino effect. It's not healthy at all. It's very, very toxic and abusive. So, you know, regardless, this is not good at all.
I mean, twice in 2 what would be a good reason?
Yeah.
2 years?
She's cheating on him for sure.
She had a headache for 2 years.
She's
Unless she could. I don't know. I think he's in the right to leave.
I mean, even if he was cheating, okay, leave or get over it.
She must.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you do the
Make a
math,
choice.
right?
Facts.
That's 730 days. Only
Now,
2
I'll
days
say
to get
this.
sex. Cut it out.
I will
2
say
years.
this.
Crazy.
If she cheated on him once, you know, just to get even, you know, say, hey, you know, I'm just saying, but what's it called? But, you know, at the end of the day, you're kind of asking for it at the same time because now there could potentially be fire, right? You know, so Pearl, what she just said right there is kind of, you know, the best option you really have. It's either get over it, move on, and try to make it work if you really care, right? Or leave. That's it, right? So
He had to do chores, right?
Yeah. To get
That's
it.
like
She was saying,
blackmail.
yeah.
She hated
That's a bit like
him.
blackmail.
Sounds like she hates him.
730 days is
All right.
insane.
What
wanted to
about
punch
what about
him.
you? What he's in the right, wrong? What do you think?
Yeah, he's in the right. Like, I don't really know what's going on
Even if
there.
you cheat on her?
Yeah, because they shouldn't be in a relationship anyway.
Okay.
Facts.
They should have
So even if he
just
cheated on her,
split.
he's still in the right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you still do you agree with that too?
I don't agree about cheating. No, I feel like
So
just
she's
be
in the
honest.
right.
Just be honest with your person. If you really want to step out and just be honest with your person. I don't agree with cheating because you can always communicate.
So she's in the right.
I mean, I would leave a person too if you're giving me twice.
But she stayed with him.
But I feel like she was probably doing something in the background.
Okay. What about you?
So.
I mean,
Who's in the right here? Her or him?
she didn't even
Probably
answer the
like
question.
Hey, what?
so wait.
What's lick
So
back?
What's the fact?
He's cheated on her. So he's cheated on her first, and
I believe so.
ultimately,
I believe so. Yes.
ultimately she struggled to be intimate with him. as a
And she
result
was
of that.
making him do chores to get sex.
Yeah, that's
Well, I think
manipulation.
ultimately in a marriage, marriage is a contract. Basically, you either agree to abide by it or you don't. So
So who's in the right and wrong here?
he's in the right.
He's in the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about
Well,
you?
everyone's agreeing. He's in the right still.
well, it
Even if he
depends
cheated,
what,
they're all agreeing.
happened first. So
He cheated on her,
yeah, but as in,
and then she stayed.
why did he cheat on her? In the sense, was she always cold, maybe detached, and maybe not giving him enough attention and love? Also,
Okay.
if that's the case, still not a reason to cheat, but at least you can kind of justify But I agree with everyone else as well that it's better just to communicate and be like, just break
So who's
up.
in the right in this situation?
Nobody.
Well, if you had to pick one, who's more right? Him leaving or her trying to leverage the sex?
Him leaving.
Well, cheating is horrible in general, so I think then in that case
She's in the
he's
right.
wrong. Yeah. Well, he's in the wrong more, I guess.
All right.
Damn.
What do you think?
So she's the only one that says no.
Why are these
She
people
thinks
together?
cheating.
So
more bad.
so I guess you think the man is right because he ended it?
They shouldn't be together. This is like so dysfunctional on every level.
Yep, facts.
What
Okay,
about
they're
you?
That's the
together
word
now.
I was looking
What
for.
should they do? Should he?
Well, he
go
left
away?
already.
Well, in your opinion,
Because I guess he had no choice, right?
I mean, he had a choice. I guess he just didn't like it.
Yeah. Wait. Let me catch up. So she made him do chores, yeah? Who made who do chores?
Yeah, she made him do chores.
Yeah. See. So again,
sex.
going back to the dysfunctional.
okay.
Are you high?
No.
I just gotta ask. Hey, man, that's ask. That's ask. Okay.
She's tired.
Yeah. All right. What about you?
I think that.
Should she have kept her
maybe-
composure?
Wait. Well, I haven't even said anything. Do you see what I mean? These people come for me.
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, I'm just gonna say this right now. The fact that she's dressed up in that bright color, which is basically like, look at me, attention file, whatever, blah blah. I have a feeling she's gonna be the most hyperactive one on the show and the most loudest and most bro. I'm calling it right now that she's probably gonna be the one tripping the whole time. Here we go, bro. She looks like a cool person though.
Yeah, I can't even talk.
I'm not coming for you.
But listen, I think that so he cheated her way of dealing with it without having to say we're over is I don't give you sex, and whenever you want it, you do chores. He couldn't handle and he left. If we go by, what I heard Pearl say in the Catholic values of marriage, he should not have left. He should have endured not having sex with his wife, try and communicate through the process, because divorce is bad on either side, correct? Yep. So he's wrong, and I guess, they could have figured it out another way. She tried to communicate her problems to him through not having sex. So, I guess he could have done something before he got to 2 years.
So she agrees with Pearl of no divorce being allowed. That's another thing I think Pearl also believes in, is that that you should never divorce. Like, never. Literally. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, what you mean? You know what I mean? Like, if there's abusive, and there's certain lines that you just can't cross, right, in a marriage, and it's like, if it happens at that point, you gotta, I'm just saying, like, I don't think anybody deserves to go through fucking hell in a marriage, right? Like, yeah, you could have your obstacles or hurdles and ups and downs, things like that, whatever, moments, and then you fight through whatever, but if there's some crazy shit going on that puts one or the other in danger, whether if it's mentally or physically, come on, bro. Come on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they're tripping on that. So, that Pearl chick and that Bright chick, you know what I mean, their mindset is like, oh, no matter what, you just got to work through that shit. And it's like, I don't know about all that. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But the problem, though, nowadays in society, and this is mainly with women, not the guys, it's actually rare when the guy divorces or actually wants to break up with the girl. But the girls would fucking leave for any fucking reason at all. It could be because there's pudding on the counter and you didn't like clean it or whatever, yada yada. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why they're being divorced and all that. Or they're just doing it because they want his success and financial gain and money and yada, and just for pure greed and selfishness. So that's the issue, and that's why it goes back to the whole conversation: should divorce even just be allowed at that point, right? You know what I mean? Or should there be regulations to what actually makes it valid or not? You know what I mean? I think there should be regulations. I don't think people should just be able to fucking divorce for shits and giggles. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a little weird, because that kind of, once again, defeats the whole purpose of being married, getting together, yada yada. And it's like, at the end of the day, in the beginning, there was that spark, right? There was something that happened. That's why you guys felt everything. That's why everything went all the way it went for a reason, right? And you got married, all this shit. It's like, so how the fuck does that all just vanish? You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, work through your shit, yada yada yada. At the end of the day, there's no perfect fucking solution. I mean, it's pros and cons, but so it is what it is. But I feel like it's circumstantial. That's where I'm at with it.
Cheated, or is that just like?
I think he admitted to cheating on her before, and that kind of hurt the relationship a bit.
Oh, well, then that's understandable. Why
so it's on. Okay, so you think that he's more in the wrong? You think he's in the wrong too?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I think they're both in the wrong, and they're just as bad as each other. Just one is holding back, and the other one went and been trifling.
All right. What about you? What do you think?
I think,
now they're all backtracking.
Well, if he cheated first, and then.
But like, you realize that at first they're all saying, "Oh yeah, like he's in the right, whatever, blah blah." Now they're saying, "Oh no, he is in the wrong," and then now it's like, "Oh," and now she's like, "Oh, they're both in the wrong." It's like, bro, pick an answer.
Caused her to have that reaction like that, to not want to be intimate with him. So I think he should be more understanding.
Oh, whoa, what's happened? What's happened? Whoa.
He's the reason why she's like that. She doesn't want to. Yeah.
All right, bro, Troy. What do you guys think?
I think he was right to leave. I think he was
cheating.
Cheated on, it's an L. All right.
And why she's like that? She doesn't.
I'm not saying he should have cheated. He was right to cheat.
I think there was something wrong with their
shit. The fact
is,
is,
it's at that exact timestamp.
And then she continued the relationship, but then it seems like she was holding it over him as a kind of a leverage. So under those circumstances, I think he was within his rights to leave.
I just think if you get cheated on, it's an L. All right, it is an L. But I mean, you can either take it and fix it or leave. So it's like, why is she staying in the relationship and then holding
and
it
then
over?
punishing him?
Yeah, that's just spiteful. For what? Twice in 2 years? That's crazy.
So weren't you advocating no divorces though, bro? Like,
yeah, what I think he probably did. Well, actually, I know he did just by the outcome. It's amazing how you can like see what the outcome is and then know how it got there. So like, it's very obvious that he got caught cheating. Yeah. Probably groveled back. Please don't leave me. I'll do anything. And she goes, anything. And then whenever you, you know what I'm saying? And then and this is why I tell guys all the time: if you get caught cheating, don't ever fucking apologize. I know some of you guys might think that.
Damn.
No. You need to take accountability and responsibility.
Let me finish my point. Before you guys become, all triggered.
There we
Don't
go.
apologize. And the reason why you don't apologize is because when you apologize, it gives the woman leverage. And then now you're like, oh, I'll do anything to keep you. And then automatically the power shifts from you, if you had it, to her. And then she's going to start to dictate things. And here's the problem. Women are emotional. So when they're emotional, they're going to make your life a living hell. They're going to want to know where you are all the time. They're going to be raging bitches. They're going to be annoying. They're going to be crass. They're going to lose respect for you. They're going to talk to you crazy. They're going to think that they can belittle you. So what ends up happening when you apologize is you lose the leverage. And once you lose the leverage, you lose the respect. Once you lose the respect, then that's when you start losing sex anyway, like this guy did. And then you start losing everything else that comes with it. You lose frame when you do that.
It's a domino effect, bro. You're done. You know what I mean? You're cooked. You're cooked. You're gonna be in the you're gonna be in the fucking penance space, basically. You know what I mean? That it's like looking at Ghost Rider with the penance stare. You know? It's like you're like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, whatever, forgive me, whatever, blah blah. And then, bro, you're just going through hell at that point. It's like, is it really worth it? You know what I mean? It's like, so it's like at the end of the day, like, I'll say this: he's morally right, morality wise. Obviously, that's wrong. You should apologize. But then once you apologize, you know what I mean, you try to fight through it and make sure things are productive, or you just, if it's just not going to work, you leave, right? You know, there's no reason to make it any more dysfunctional than it needs to be. There's no reason to escalate things, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's just kind of what you want to do. So you can kind of go that route morally wise. But if we're saying, like, if we're talking about reality, you know what I mean, and logic and like, you know, and to win that battle, right? You know what I mean? In that sense, he's absolutely correct. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want it, because that's just what's going to fucking happen. It always happens consistently all the fucking time. You know, so that's just how it goes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The only problem, though, is if there is bad men out there, you know what I mean, that are either being abusive, whatever, blah, blah, you know, obviously they could do that and take it to a whole other level, or they'll do that as well, and it's just, and that's not really good, right? Because it's helping a bad fucking dude compared to a guy that, you know, he just somehow fucked up, right? And he did some fucking stupid shit and whatever, and whether it's temptation or thing with his dick, whatever the fuck it is, you know. And either way, it happened, but he's actually a good person, though, you know. But he fucked up and did something really fucking stupid. You know, for things like that, it kind of gets along the line. It's like, just leave, you know, and at least apologize and be the bigger person at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Or you do it along what he said, not whatever, and you could either still try to go through it, but regardless if you apologize or not, either try to make it productive and go through it, but if the moment you realize shit is just, you know, whatever, and that's it, you got two options. You either fucking leave, or you put up with it and go through hell. And it's like, come on, you gotta pick, you know what I mean? You gotta pick your poison at that point. So it's like, once again, that's just kind of what it goes. But now, if you don't do that and you don't apologize, even though it's morally wrong to not apologize, there is way more pros to not. Like, as crazy as that sounds, okay? Like, and now, as like he explained it, whatever you name it. So, but we're gonna continue further and see how this goes.
So if you get caught cheating, the worst thing you can do is sit there and say, please don't leave me, and cry and beg for her back. Just say, hey, it is what it is. Take it or leave it. And that's how you got to approach it.
And women never leave anyway. That was the biggest red pill. I swear. I swear, because you guys, I don't remember what you guys said when I came on your show, but I don't remember the exact conversation, but I couldn't believe, in my year of interviewing people, I would always ask girls if after they caught their boyfriend cheating or their husband cheating, whatever, if they stayed, and it was like 90% of the time they said, yeah, they never leave.
Okay.
No. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, so
if
you're
a
gonna say
girl
something.
cheats, should she apologize?
Yeah,
Yes.
because no,
Damn.
no,
Yes, and then.
When you saw her face, she was like, huh? Like, so the guy doesn't, but the girl, huh? Come on, Byron. Come on. But here we go. You know, here we go.
The thing, you know what makes it even funnier? She should apologize, but then you don't accept it and you walk away anyway.
Ah,
sorry,
okay,
so
then
why-
just
But
don't
you know what the
apologize.
crazy thing is?
Yeah, but
You
guys
saying men
never
have
stay
the
with
power.
girls.
You said men have the power, but what I've noticed in our culture as well is women actually tend to have more power. But you always respect your man, and there's always a respect between two people, and that is something healthy.
In what sense?
And I feel like the power should be split equally. So sometimes a woman has to take 80, the man gives 20. Sometimes the man is the one that gives 80, and the woman gives 20.
In what sense
if
do you
the
mean?
roles can reverse, but as long as you've got something healthy, I feel like it should always be an equal thing. But what I've noticed is women always tend to have more power. A woman can look at her man and he will know straight up. Let me stop talking.
In what sense do you mean?
Let me behave. Let me stop drinking too much because I'm drinking too much. What I've seen is
a bitch man. I disagree with that. A bitch man would do that. You know what I mean? If she's the alpha, then yeah, sure, right? You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you right now, any man that has status, that is, successful, money, whatever, the whole fucking nine, yada yada, hell no, never. The moment a girl's even doing that shit or whatever, they'll be like, bye, you know what I mean? Bye, come here, Sarah, you know what I mean? And right away, you know what I mean? Like, they got, side chicks already to, coming to go, and like, bro, come on. So it's like, yeah, no, for bitch boys, yeah.
Especially in my family, in my culture.
Now, what I will say this, in a lot of traditional relationships, that actually is kind of how it is, but it's more of the comedy sense, though, not like a serious sense, more of a comedy. Like, for instance, like fucking someone that I know, I'm not gonna give information and names, but what's it called? But literally, like, if there's something happened between him and the wife or whatever, like, she'll give him a look, whatever, and then he's like coward, like, and it's just to be funny. It's it's comical, whatever. It's kind of like she's gonna get you, right? You fucked up. Things like that. So there's that too. But if it's a serious sense, then no, hell no. The guy, they would not put up with that shit. That's an immediate red flag or immediate like, okay, bye, no more. For men that don't put up with that, because there's men out there that are very have strict mindsets where they want to reduce as much as possible and minimize the risk to the maximum T, okay, and just prevent issues altogether and not have to worry about being hurt or betrayed or drama or this or that. There are men that are like that, and they won't put up with any bullshit, anything. You know what I mean? It's either you follow simple, things, whatever, and they have their standards, that's it. If you don't like that, then you gotta fucking go, basically. You know what I mean? And the reason why those type of men have those lifestyles, and there's probably girls that are like that too, but, I'm just speaking for men that are like that. The reason why is because if they try to either do have a mix between or do further compromises or allowing the girl to to be able to do certain things or say things, whatever, blah blah, and it starts getting very contentious and it gets gets a little crazy, and overall it's just, at the end of the day, it makes sense regardless if you're a girl or a guy. If you have standards and and if you make sure someone follows those standards, and now it will prevent A, B, C, D, obviously, logically and objectively, that is the way to go, right? In order to give yourself a peace of mind, whatever, blah, blah. A lot of people can view that as either controlling or this or that or yada, yada, or a lot of people can view it as like, oh, you're a pussy, you know what I mean? A relationship is about, obstacles or going through, and all this stuff, whatever. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of mentalities surrounding that too, but at the end of the day, it is an effective way to avoid headaches, So, just saying. But anyways, let's continue.
Women have the most power, but we will respect our man. And we make sure we take care of our man. As long as you are respectful to us and you're taking care of us, we take care of you. But the one that rules the house, the bills and everything like that, it's always a woman, because we don't
I've
spend
noticed
recklessly.
that in Asian households as well. The woman is always the boss.
Is that though because the guys feel that they haven't got options to they feel that they're beholden to that woman because they don't have any options? Is that the
No,
reason
it's
why?
not that.
They
It's
just feel like the woman is the head of the house.
Yeah.
She's got her head screwed on,
and
so
that's
she
his queen.
controls.
Yeah.
And when a man actually looks at his woman,
Yeah, so that
that's
other
my-
dude kind of made an interesting point. He was basically saying, what, is that because, these guys are like losers or average, dinglings, and they can't get anyone else but that person, so they're like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. I mean, if that's the case, that would make sense. You know what I mean? But if it's obviously a man that has high status, wealth, whatever, can do whatever the fuck he wants, yada yada, that would not be the case. I'm just saying, bro. Like,
queen, that's my rock. They're gonna treat that woman that way, and they're not gonna do anything to put her in a position of jeopardizing their relationship. So therefore, she holds a certain power to an extent, and vice versa.
But that's only
the woman
because.
tends to take care of.
But that's because the woman, especially the Portuguese woman, and even the Angola woman, they're very kind of subservient to their men in the sense of they'll do anything. They'll cook. They'll take care of him. His honey. Especially the Portuguese woman, which means that as the man, you are so comfortable and so attached to that woman that actually you will respect her. Anything that she says, she'll have. That's how it is. So that's what she means in terms of power. And in terms of like managing the house, the woman is kind of like the one that sorts everything. The man just puts the money on the table and she sorts it out.
Excuse me.
That's like
y'all
Asian
been drinking?
households as well.
What power are you talking about? What power?
I'm referring to the power in terms of whatever she's talking about, in terms of having like control or within the household. So Portuguese women, especially, they're quite strong. And it doesn't mean that they belittle their man. It just simply means that the man is very happy to just let her do her own thing.
Because he knows that she's not gonna go out there being trifling.
It's
And if a man ends up being trifling, us Angolan and Portuguese women, we switch.
That's interesting. It's very different in Ghanaian culture.
And it's very different in Arabic culture
Yeah.
as well. Like the man's always the boss. Like,
Yeah. So like in Ghana, like I'm probably the same in Nigeria. Like we expect men to cheat, and I think it's a bit of a toxic trait because they could get away with a lot. So West African women in general, are quite subservient, cook, clean, we're trained in how to look after men. We're taught also that men have needs, they look elsewhere, etc., etc. So the man, if there's a mutual respect, then a lot of women come to the conclusion that he's going to cheat anyway, so just stay quiet.
I know I didn't
They
miss
live
that
happy
one.
In
lives.
African culture.
Probably the
Yes.
same
Well, you
bullshit.
have some women here saying that they're not going to accept.
I said Portuguese.
Portuguese, so
Yeah.
so I'm from
Angolan.
Ghana, so Ghana, Nigeria,
Yeah, but my
especially
family's Angolan.
West
What do you
They don't
think?
accept
What do you
that.
think is the
You'll
more
think-
conducive?
you'll
Hold on,
think
hold on,
there's
hold on.
emotion.
What do you think is the
In
more
some
conducive?
We got your
Baby
Hold
one,
on,
though.
hold on, hold
Cheers.
on, hold on. ladies.
But that's
But
only
the woman
because
tends to take care of.
But that's because
most
the
of
woman, especially the Portuguese woman and even the Angola woman, they're very kind of subservient to their men in the sense of they'll do anything. They'll cook, they'll take care of him, his honey,
Yeah.
honey. Especially the Portuguese woman, which means that as the man, you are so comfortable and so attached to that woman that actually you will respect her. Anything that she says, she'll have. And that's how it is. So that's what she means in terms of power. And in terms of like managing the house, the woman is kind of like the one that sorts everything. The man just puts the money on the table and she sorts it out.
Excuse me.
That's like
y'all
Asian
been drinking?
households as well.
What power are you talking about? What power?
I'm referring to the power in terms of whatever she's talking about, in terms of having like control or within the household. So Portuguese women, especially, they're quite strong. And it doesn't mean that they belittle their man. It just simply means that the man is very happy to just let her do her own thing.
Because he knows that she's not gonna go out there being trifling.
It's
And
very-
if a man ends up being trifling, us Angolan and Portuguese women, we switch.
That's interesting. It's very different in Ghanaian culture.
And it's very different in Arabic culture
Yeah.
as well. Like the man's always the boss. Like,
Yeah. So like in Ghana, like I'm probably the same in Nigeria. Like
They did the reverse Uno card.
men to cheat. And I think it's a bit of a toxic trait because they could get away with a lot. So West African women in general, are quite subservient, cook, clean, we're trained in how to look after men. We're taught also that men have needs, they look elsewhere, etc., etc. So the man, if there's a mutual respect, then a lot of women come to the conclusion that he's going to cheat anyway, so just stay quiet and, they live happy lives.
In African culture.
Yes.
Well, you have some women here saying that they're not going to accept.
I said Portuguese.
Portuguese, so
Yeah.
so I'm from
Angolan.
Ghana, so Ghana, Nigeria,
Yeah, but my
especially
family's Angolan.
West
What do you
They
think?
don't
What do you
accept
think
that.
is the
You'll
more
think-
conducive?
you'll think
Hold on.
there's emotion.
What do you think is the
In
more
some
conducive?
sausage baby
Hold on.
mothers.
Hold on. ladies.
Yeah.
What do you think is the more conducive strategy to keep a man? Their strategy of flipping out if you get cheated on, or yours where it's like, well, not yours, but like your culture's where they kind of just accept it and kind of know it comes with the territory?
In Ghanaian culture, marriage is held very highly. So if you're not married after a certain age, it gets embarrassing.
What's that age?
Now it's changing because we're conforming to the West a little bit more. But
Yeah.
30?
I would have said 30. But now people are trying to copy American values a lot, especially the Ghanaian Nigerians.
So right now you would say it's maybe around 30?
I'd say it's around 30.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be
You'll
asking
start looking at
questions.
you. Okay, they'll start looking at you crazy if you're
Yeah.
single and 30.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think is more conducive to a successful relationship, though? What strategy? Flipping out on your man and getting caught? Or
Staying quiet.
staying quiet, you
Yeah.
think is better?
Yeah. I don't think it's better.
Raise of hands. Who agrees with her?
There you
I
go.
don't think it's better, but this is just what I know.
For the relationship to
Yeah.
last.
For the
Who-
relationship to
Who
last,
agrees
yeah.
with her? Nobody.
Damn.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, because there's ways of cheating as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I think it's the way the man cheats as well. So if he's doing it I don't believe there's a respectful way of cheating. But if he's doing it quietly, not showing his mistress around, not you know,
Wait,
taking her.
I would say it depends on the man.
Are you saying it's better to do that or it's not?
I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying what's in Ghanaian culture.
Yeah.
But he's asking what's better to keep a man, stay in a marriage, and that's what I believe is better to,
Yeah,
you know.
no, I agree with you.
Yeah, stay in a marriage.
Do you
Yeah.
think it's
Nah,
foolish?
I think we going to counseling, therapy, or something. 'Cause
I
there's
feel
something
like I'm
wrong.
Hold on.
I feel like I'm kind of with you, but it depends on the man. Like,
What's wrong?
what
Yeah,
is he?
it's not what I would do. It's not what I've done.
You would leave?
I would leave. I've done that in the past.
Okay.
But this is just what Ghanaian culture, because I can't mentally handle it. So Pearl was saying you either accept it or don't. And I know I'm the sort of person that I keep replaying it in my mind. So it's better for both of us to go our separate ways and just live our lives. I'm not going to make him suffer. I did it before where I listened to family members. I was married.
You were married?
Yes. So I listened to family members. Oh, he's a man. He's gonna, you know, blah,
Yeah.
blah. But it got to the point where I was holding a grudge. I was angry, you know, and it also did continue. So second
Rightfully
time, I was
so.
just like, you know, I've got to go. But
Real
I know
quick,
a
how
lot
old
of...
was he?
25. We got married pretty young.
And how old were you?
So, yeah, 24 and 25.
Okay, what
Yep.
did he do for a living?
I don't want to say too much. I don't want
I mean, if
He was in the military.
British military.
Yes.
High ranking?
No.
Working his way up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not familiar with how British military
Yeah.
works.
So, yeah.
And okay, would it be the equivalent maybe to like being an officer, like higher up?
No.
He enlisted, or did he go to college?
He enlisted. He wasn't.
Okay.
He wasn't in the military for very long. But yeah, like I knew the kind of person I am. I wouldn't be able to handle
Was he tall?
it. Yeah.
How tall was he?
6'1".
Okay, 6'1".
Yeah, I'm 4'11", so
okay.
it's a big.
Okay, how much was he earning back then, roughly?
I didn't ask him those kind.
It's military, so it's gonna be standardized.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't ask him.
You don't know what your husband was earning?
I didn't ask him. I think it's not. I didn't want to ask him. No.
She probably makes more than him. That's why.
I've never asked a guy what they earn.
No, I don't. I don't.
But you have to have an idea. You have to have an idea.
I earned more than him. Yes.
You earned more than
Yeah, I
him.
knew it.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
That's why you don't ask.
Don't ask them.
I don't want
Just
you to
save
know,
the
baby, that I know I
embarrassment.
earn more than you.
Yes.
I
Now
know.
let me ask you this though. Right now, or I don't know if it's been a while. Looks like it's been a few years.
Yeah.
Does he earn more than you now? It's probably-
I don't know.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Was he like good looking guy?
Yeah, I'd say so. I chose him, so has to be. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Someone else had something that they wanted to say? So none of you would accept. Obviously, all of you disagree with the whole. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I do have something to say. I would say it really depends on kind of where you are in life. So, for example, in African culture, right, you can have like 10 children with the same woman, but then it gets to a point where the woman, number one, she's tired, she's taking care of the kids, she's busy, she's doing her own thing. That's your wife, right? So you, as a high-value man, especially because I'm talking from the perspective of successful men.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
You can go outside. You're doing your business meetings. You're doing all of this. Girls are part of the entertainment. And the thing is, and what I've noticed from observing this sort of situation is that the respect comes from the fact that the woman remains the queen and it. That's it. You don't disrespect. The girlfriend could never come chat to the wife ever in her life, and he would never ever even leave a whiff of the fact that he's got maybe a girlfriend or a girl that entertains him through these things. Now, I say that and I know that to be the case because I have like 10 siblings. Out of my mom, we're only 4, and there's different baby mothers because I understand how men just will move on, especially as their women get older and older. And not only that, African men have got hot blood. So they can't
I'm not gonna
contain
lie,
it.
then clearly they just haven't got good
Mana,
principles.
listen,
or
Angola
morals.
men,
Para
let
mí-
me tell
para
you.
mí isso não dá, isso não dá. Não quero
listen,
saber. Não
Angolan men is
They're
a very known.
trifling. They're trifling. That's why you don't go for Angolan men.
Exactly.
You leave it out.
And that is mostly in most African cultures because it's something
Exactly.
that's been perpetuated and it's
And
just
that's what I think is wrong. See, now kids are growing up thinking, oh yeah, in my African culture, it's okay for me to do this at some point to my baby mum or to my wife because she's tired or whatever, and I'm out here still. That's not okay, and that's one thing that needs to really be decoded from these generations. No matter what culture you're in, no matter what it is, if it's not part of your I know that there's a culture where men have multiple wives. I can't remember which one it is.
That's crazy.
But
Middle
it's
Eastern.
Middle Eastern, yeah. But I just think if you're in a relationship, be loyal. If you don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in
single,
a relationship. Do you see what I'm saying? If you want to go out and have your fun, go and have your fun. But don't be having someone else in the back you're committed to, and they're thinking, and they're being 100% loyal to you, and you're out here being a trash. Like,
All right,
Absolutely.
real quick.
a
So
dickhead
to
and
me,
disrespecting.
okay. So to me, just so I make sure I understand everyone's stances here. So you understand it. You don't agree with it. You don't agree with it at all. You're saying that you understand that men are going to do it if they have money.
Even men with money,
You understand?
even
Okay.
men with money have
Especially
respect.
Men,
It depends
men
which
with
man
money
of.
are the ones.
That are
Because
gonna do
men
it.
with money are the ones, like I said, men with money are usually the ones that are out of the home because
Yeah.
they're doing their own thing.
It's
They're
different
if they've
mostly
got
also
money.
amongst men.
Interesting.
And then
Okay.
when men are all men, nobody wants a sausage fest. There's girls to entertain. Do you know
Okay.
what I mean? And it
Okay.
just happens like that sometimes, I think. But not
Okay.
every man.
So would you accept that from a higher status guy? You.
This is the thing. I am not looking for that type of man. I'm looking for a different type of man.
Low status.
I like
Guys that you say I don't want to break hearts of?
no, it's the person that I will end up with will be a very quiet person.
Oh.
That's it.
Interesting.
Composed.
Because it's like she's almost setting it up where it's like, yeah, the person I will end up with, which is like she's already presetting like I need to get my fun now before I go with the boring guy.
No, it's
Bruh.
not that. I
Yeah.
actually like quiet people. This is the thing.
So why aren't you with him
Men-
now?
Because
What's stopping you from being with him now?
because you don't rush these things. That's the
things
thing.
take time.
You do not like quiet people.
No, I
met
actually-
your friend group. They're not
No,
quiet.
listen, this is the thing. My friend group is not my man, is it? If I wanted to date my friends, I'll be with them.
Are you looking for?
I just didn't
I think you want someone who grounds you.
Yeah, I want the opposite of me
Yeah,
because I'm
that's like
quite
me.
talkative. I want somebody that's quiet, that's
Are you
not
looking
bothered
for
by me being able to just have a light on me all the time.
Are you looking for somebody
have
who's
it.
going to be submissive to you? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
I'm just looking for somebody that's so comfortable that he doesn't even need to talk.
What?
To be honest, opposites do
That is
work
so
really
rare.
well.
Sounds like you're doing all the talking. He's just sitting there.
Like,
thinking,
huh?
No, I just
Yeah,
want.
but I had
okay,
that and
Sounds
it's
like
not.
me.
You gotta
I'll
probably
explain-
find that
I'll
more
explain to
common
you
in
what I
girls,
mean.
but not
okay?
guys.
The type of man that I like is the type of man that can walk down the street and every single man will look at him and be like, yeah, that's the guy. He doesn't have to talk. That's the type of man that I like.
But
Where-
he's
where-
also
the
incredibly
energy-
submissive in a
the energy-
relationship.
No, that doesn't
Like-
mean submissive in
That's
an.
different.
That means that you're quiet enough. Even me, if every guy you're walking down the street and even you talk and everybody can recognize your power, how am I, as a woman, not going to recognize it? That's what I mean. I want a man that is able, with just his presence and his energy, to not even have to talk, just assert his masculinity just by being there. There's
right.
guys that can
Yeah.
do that.
Okay, so you do understand you made a
And it's
very
sexy as well.
interesting point. Do all of you agree with you want a guy that other men respect like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
fuck yeah.
So you guys understand that the metric that men use to respect each other is far different than what you guys use to respect each other, correct?
Yeah.
Because women respect each other based on beauty. Right?
Oh, and status and all of this.
No, you guys respect each other on beauty. You guys don't give a fuck about status. Like, for example, if Oprah Winfrey walked into a room with a bunch of Instagram models, no one gives a they might be like, oh, cool, Oprah Winfrey's in here. But at the end of the day, the most attractive woman understands that I'm the most attractive and she has the most status in that room because we don't, like, from a sexual market value standpoint, right? So, like, you mentioned that you want a guy that, like, he could walk into a room and other men respect him, right? Well, men respect competence and meritocracy. We don't respect the same things that you guys do.
Yeah.
And a lot of that comes down to your ability to earn money.
Yeah.
So if you want a guy that could command the respect of other men, that means he has to be extremely accomplished and he's probably a high earner, which means he's going to come with other women too.
Okay, can I tell you something? So, for
Yeah.
example, me, a lot of the men that I do know, they are extremely respected, especially in the community, and not because they're rich, because they're
Then
real
why aren't
men.
you with them?
Good
What did I
question.
just say?
Good question.
Okay, what did I say about my
takes
relationship
time.
status? Did I tell you I was single? Did I tell you I was dating on? I left it
Yeah.
ambiguous for a reason.
Denelva, you don't like him enough to just say
Listen,
no. I'm
you're
taken,
talking, you're
don't
talking,
like
you're
Yeah.
talking smoke without actually even asking me the right questions. Because if you ask me the right questions, you would know the answer to
But
all
why
of
would
this.
you, if you really
So-
like him, why would you want to leave leave it ambiguous.
Listen.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
true.
Because you
Listen.
have to take time to get to know someone. You can like
It's-
someone and
you
then
think I'm-
boom. Before you know it, they might move wrong. They might do something wrong. Whether
Innit?
you're
Why are you not
together or
married to the
not,
guy that
and
you're
then
dating?
That small thing, you're doing that before we're even together. That means when we're
Manna,
together, you're gonna
wait,
do some shit.
Wait,
Fuck that.
Pearl, why
So
are you
you
only
have to-
dating
you
him?
have
Why are
to
you not
take
married to
time.
him? Are you not Catholic?
You're
taking too long already.
It's pretty soon. Should I require marriage already?
Well, you shouldn't.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I mean-
if you do, I'll do
should
my.
I mean, what would the
No.
tricon
If you marry after
No,
me.
do not rush
Well, my-
anything. I don't give a fuck who you are, bro. Don't just jump immediately. Fuck that. They're all clowns for
Question,
that.
because like I said, you said you want a guy that can command respect from other men, and a big component of being able to command respect from
Yeah.
other men a lot of times, well, not even a big, it's the main thing, is competence, and a lot of times your competence is shown through your ability to earn
Or
resources and currency, right?
not
so
just that.
it's a big component.
I know, but also it comes down to physical abilities. If you're a guy that is very dangerous, most guys will respect you even out of fear. So
To a degree, yes.
I listen. I'm going to tell you something, right? My dad was a very powerful man and very, very dangerous. Okay.
Okay.
So what I think,
So would you be with a broke MMA fighter?
it wouldn't be broke, especially not being.
So
with
money
me.
does matter to you then?
No. He wouldn't be broke. Do you really think that if you're going to be my man, I'm
Broke
going to
is
let
your
you be
mindset.
broke? You're going to be next to me.
Obviously, I'm
broke.
talking about financially.
So he's gonna
Guys,
change it.
nobody
He's gonna
wa-
change, right?
Listen, this is.
You don't want a broke.
Listen,
you know
it's
you
not
don't
about
want a
me not
broke
wanting a
man.
broke man, but I think
I'll
this is
be
a
real. I
mentality
don't think anybody wants a broke fucking person. Let's be real. But I think what she's trying to advocate and argue, but she's doing it very poorly, is that there are some people that are willing to still make the relationship work, even if their significant other isn't a high earner or barely getting by or living paycheck to paycheck. So, you know what I mean? Those type of relationships do exist. Are they the majority or the common thing that most girls or women would seek? Hell no. Most women would just be, oh, you're a fucking loser, or this or that, or yada yada, and blah blah. Or there's this guy that's making, 3 or 4 times more than you, and he maybe even looks better. Like, bye. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now for her, it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I highly fucking doubt she wouldn't care about the guy being broken. But the problem is, like, the way she's trying to advocate her arguments, she's literally contradicting herself in the process. She's saying for one moment she doesn't fucking care about the guy's broke, whatever, blah blah yada yada. But eventually that'll be worked upon, and he'll be able to make money, yada yada, which is technically, like, she's pseudo conceding. You know what I mean? She's basically saying that, like, money would matter, but it doesn't have to matter in the beginning. You know what I mean? But it still matters. You know what I mean? So like, but she's not saying that, and that's the problem. And that's what they're all basically calling her out on. It's like, wait, but money does matter to you because you're saying this and this,
that
She
you
said
guys-
money didn't matter. Then she
Wait,
said, I
wait.
don't want a broke guy.
No,
Okay.
I said he's not going to be broke, and I'll tell you why. Yeah,
This is
because
why I say Myron has the patience of a
Rodrin.
saint.
But you
Listen.
kind of said before that you weren't looking for a high value man, and then you
Listen,
describe a high value
now, what
man.
for you? Every time I try to speak, you cut me off and you interrupt me. And I find
Well, not
that-
really.
Well, you're doing it now. Right? Basically, what I'm saying is this is the kind of behavior that you guys kind of show on these cameras, and then it corrupts women. Because as a woman, it shouldn't matter how much money your man's got right now. You should be looking at his mentality, because you could start with somebody who has nothing, and tomorrow it could be somebody. So I don't think about money when I go for somebody. I look at how competent they can be. I look at their mindset.
That's the exception, not the rule.
No,
Most
listen.
guys go on.
I'm not looking for most guys.
When someone
Well-
has ambition, someone has goals, someone has a drive, they're not broke. Broke is all in the mindset. I've met people that are rich, but they've got a broke mindset.
But you don't want to be
So
Barbara
they've-
the Builder, though.
No, of course not. You don't.
A
wanna
lot
do
of
that.
men, they
But a lot
leave
of-
once they get to the point
Audience,
they
pay
want.
attention to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
No,
Broke
continue
is
on.
like
I want the
mindset
audience to
and
really
the
pay attention to
morals
this.
and
Audience, pay
principles
attention to
and
this. Go ahead, continue on, ladies. I'll let you up, and then I'm going to break down what's going on here. Because this is
Which
literally
part?
like a fucking experiment in female psychology right now. What's going on? Continue. So you're saying Bob the
You
Builder?
don't, you
Continue
don't
on.
want to. You don't want to be Barbara the Builder, because men are very clear about what they want. They're very clean
This
cut.
man
Women
don't
are more
fucking
like,
sugarcoat shit at all.
I love him. I'll stay with him. Oh
Yeah.
God, all these memories. But
we
men,
accept potential, and we shouldn't. We should be
exactly.
taking people for who
when
they
a
actually
man,
are.
when a man is done, he's done. When he gets to that, so basically, we, as you said, date for potential. Like men
They see shit they
Yeah.
don't even see within
exactly.
themselves.
When they get to the point they want to get, they have access to the ladies that they wanted when they were broke but couldn't get them, and then they ditched their women. It happens so many
Facts.
times,
That is
over and
true.
over again, and you see examples
And
in
then after they're
sports world.
crawling back to that woman, and they're like, "I'm so
Yep.
sorry, you
After
know."
the
Now, I'll
reason
say
those
this,
rents
for
stole
me,
money.
for me, that's not the case. I am the exception. That's not the case. Person I'm with, what's it called? Love her to death. She is literally my world. She would have to do some really, really, really fuck shit and like some really crazy shit for me to like call it quits and that's it, whatever, blah, blah. You know what I mean? There's not a thing I would trade, and I don't give a fuck who you are. I mean, it could be fucking Scarlett Johansson, where the fuck you name it, whatever, blah, blah. You know, even if like somehow, some way that person was maybe even objectively somehow better, let's be real. There's so many men that are objectively better than me, yet she, you know what I mean? So all I will say, you know, I am part of that exception rule as well. And for me, that just wouldn't be the case. I don't agree with that at all. If I got rich, you know what I mean, and I was now super fucking successful, all this stuff, whatever, blah, blah, and I'm part of that rare percentage of men that are capable of whether they're earning 6 figures or more or whatever, at the end of the day, that wouldn't change for me. It just wouldn't. If anything, I would be more invested to, you know, get things done, make sure, you know, my son's more happy, yada, yada, the whole nine. Everything would be great, you know what I mean? So like that, yeah. So I'm just saying, but you know.
And they realize the grass was never greener.
Point?
Yeah, sorry about that.
God damn, nigga.
No worries. No, I appreciate the input, but yeah, no, that's literally all I wanted to say. Don't be Barbara the Builder. Don't date for potential.
Let me ask real quick, go on the panel on this one. If you're with a man in a serious relationship, would you want to pay the majority of the bills? Yes or no?
Just say
Very simple question.
Just say no.
He said,
It's
just
okay to say no.
no.
If you want to say that.
No, because my mind goes two sides to this, because there's one
wanna be 50-50?
one side of me is
Right.
like, I don't mind going 50-50, but at the end of the day, I like a man that actually takes care of shit, and
Okay.
I just like top it up, and I make sure that everything is
So you
nice,
don't want to
nice.
go 50-50. Fantastic.
No, not really.
Okay,
no.
what about you?
Absolutely not.
Okay, what about you?
Half and half.
You'll go 50-50.
Yeah, half and half,
Did
because
you go
I've done
50-50
both.
with your ex-husband?
I've done both in a relationship. I was a housewife. I've had experience being like everything paid for.
Yeah.
I quit. I didn't work for a while.
Yeah.
And then I've had experience with contributing as
Okay.
well. So
Both failed.
well, I'm sat here, yeah, saying I'm single. So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What about which one was better for you? The 50-50 or relaxing?
It's complicated because when I was cooking, cleaning, fine, I'm happy to do that. When I didn't have any money to contribute, the power dynamics change. It's not saying I should have more power because I'm a woman, he should have more power because he's a man. There needs to be an equilibrium. And when I assumed the role of not having it, well, the complete traditional housewife, the equilibrium shifted to him, and that.
But he
got
gave
to-
you money when you wanted it, right?
Well, it got to a point where I had to beg him for simple things,
Such as?
just to do my nails, get certain things that I needed. It got to the point
The
where
fuck?
it was like, please, sir, can I have some more?
Oh my god.
You know,
Did he just
She didn't have to do that fucking Witcher 3 told, bro.
just not have it like that?
so yeah, they abuse
They
it sometimes.
He didn't have it like
as
that?
well.
Say again.
He didn't have it like that, or he was just cheapskate?
He was quite a resourceful man. He had plans to save a certain amount a month. I'm not quite.
Okay.
I'm not a high maintenance person. I don't do my nails. Don't do much. So
Okay.
I wasn't asking for much. Let's just say.
All right. What about you?
Yeah, so that guy was just a fucking asshole then, bro. Like, if you got the fucking money, spoil the girl, bro. Like, bro, like, what? I don't get that. Like, especially if she's staying at home doing all this shit for you, and you're the one working whatever, and you gotta put, like, it's like, bro, she's asking for just some, and it's not even expensive. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what you doing? You know what I mean? And then you wonder why when the girl leaves, you know, it's like, come on, what'd you expect? You know? But, now, I will say this, though. It's a catch-22, though, because, what's it called? Like, the problem, most high-value or status men don't give a fuck, right? They're going to do whatever the fuck they're going to want to do at the end of the day. Whether if it's having many women or if it's just them spending the money, whatever the fuck they want to spend it on, whatever, yada, yada. And 9 out of 10 times, they'll normally also spoil the person they're with as well. That would normally come with the package, right? You name it. It's really, really weird for this situation to happen where they're just not doing shit, you know? But either way, the problem, though, is if you're a girl, right, and let's say like you really, really love that guy, right, and like you want it to work, whatever, yada yada, the whole nine. If you decide to leave because, you know, he is not satisfying certain things or wants or needs or whatever, okay, or better yet, even if you like you try to express that whatever, that could immediately make the guy be like, you know what, bye, like okay, bye, you know what I mean, because he probably who knows how many fucking girls he could just talk to you right after or this or that and yada yada. So unfortunately, that's not really it's not really a smart way to go about it. If you really want the relationship to last, right, or care for the guy, you know, because and I'm gonna be real with you as well. Like, it is very rare to find a guy that's that successful and rich or whatever, blah blah, and to be able to be in a relationship with him as well while nobody else is. Like, that's a fucking accomplishment. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of gotta weigh your pros and cons, but at the same time, you know, people are, not everyone's the same. Some people are wired differently, and it's like, and it comes to the point where it's like, some people just take more into consideration of what's more important to them and just, you know, with their pride, whatever you name it, and be like, hey, fuck you, bro. Like, this is not what I signed up. I don't give a fuck, whatever, all this. I want someone that's going to actually fucking, you know, do these things, whatever, blah, blah, yada, yada, and then they leave, you know? So it's like, it is what it is, but that's, it's something.
Would you want to pay a majority of the bills when you're dealing with a man?
No.
No? 50-50? No?
So maybe a bit less than I would want to pay a bit less.
Okay.
Also, because
This is hilarious. You ask a Russian woman a question like this, she don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Wait, what? 50-50? What is that?
I brick him.
Yeah, what about you?
Bruh.
No, you would not do it. What about you? Would you go 50-50? Or no, would you want to pay a majority of the bills?
If it's temporary, I don't mind.
Okay, so not long term.
No,
It's a
not
serious
long
relationship.
term. Not long term because
would you even be
eventually
okay
Damn.
with 50-50?
All these girls are saying, nope, no 50-50, no equal. You know what I mean? Like, he got to pay it all and do it all. Damn. Damn. Rest in peace, guys. This is what woman, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, bro. You know, hey.
That's a no.
Depends. It's temporarily as well, because remember, in life as a woman, you have different moments where you're not able to contribute. So
Okay.
you have to be able to go up and down and
So
adapt.
temporarily, okay. What about you? Which is a no? No. Okay. So, you know, this perfectly proves what I said, because a lot of you guys were saying, like, I look for ambition, I look for that, blah, blah, blah. But when I asked you guys, would you be okay, right, with paying a majority of the bills, all of you said, no, I want the man to do that. Most of you don't even want to go 50-50. And I say this quote, a lot of girls get mad when I say it, but I say it all the time. All women are gold diggers, some are just better at hiding the shovel. And what I mean by that is they'll dress it up in terms like broke mindset, have a, you know, I don't want to be a Bob the Builder woman. I want to have ambition, whatever. The reality is, the bottom line is, it all comes down to their ability to create resources either now or in the near future. That's why you said temporary.
Ambition.
Yes.
So, whether you guys want to admit it or not, women like to dress up finances in other terms to not come off as gold diggerish, but all women are gold diggers to a degree. Some are just better at hiding the
Why
shit.
is that a problem, though?
I don't
No, but that's
agree.
not
Here's the
really
thing.
being a
Hold on,
gold
hold on.
digger.
I
Because
never said it was a problem.
It's not a problem.
That's not
The
really
problem
being a
lies
gold
in
digger,
this.
because a woman
Hold
can
on.
be using her money
The problem,
to invest.
the problem.
Hey, mira. You know what I mean? That's what I'd be doing with that chick, bro. I'm sorry, but she be talking way too much. It's like, bro, if somebody's talking, let him finish. You know what I mean? Like, if he's not cutting you off, why are you cutting him? Like, that's another thing, bro. I'm sorry. I could be wrong in this. But from what I've experienced and seen whatever you name it, I feel like women love to fucking cut men off. Oh my God. All the time, bro.
The problem isn't that women are gold diggers. I understand your guys' nature. The problem is that you guys deceive and lie to make it seem as you are not gold diggers. That's like me saying,
no.
and let me give you, hold on. Let me give you the functional equivalent. Let me give you the functional equivalent.
Oh my God, here we go.
That is the functional equivalent to me saying, I'm your friend. I'm okay with being friends with you. But then as soon as I get a chance, I try to sleep with you. That's annoying, isn't it? How many of you have had a guy that tried to sleep with you that was in a friend zone? Probably all the time, right?
No, not really. I have a lot of MILF.
I think my friends are scared.
Okay.
I have in the
They're
past.
probably scared. The point is that once they make that move, right, and they hide it, you lose respect for them because they hid their dick. They weren't straight up about it, right? So my thing is, women try to sit there and hide the fact that they are hypergamous. They do care about money. They are gold diggers to a degree.
To a degree,
right?
yes.
Right, to a degree.
Yeah.
but they'll dress it up and say some bullshit like ambition, or I want him with a good mindset, or I want him to be a go-getter. It all comes back to money at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's an innate,
which is fine.
It's an innate
Which is
quality
fine.
of a woman to be
But
looked after.
you can't be-
want that in a woman as well.
Hold on. No, we don't give a fuck about your money. That's a lie.
No,
anyway,
but a man should
you
want a
care
woman
about
that is
other things.
ambitious.
my
You want
problem
a
is
woman
this.
that's ambitious. That's got
women are
goals,
not
that is
direct
driven.
with what it is. They say dumb shit like that instead of saying, I just want to
He is right about that though. Guys don't give a fuck about a girl's money. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, well, let's be logical. I will say this: like, let's say if my girl's fucking billionaire somehow, obviously that'd be I'm gonna be like, oh wow, it's awesome and very convenient, right? But does that really matter to me at the most at the end of the day? Hell no. It is convenient. It'll help with a lot of things, yada yada, reduce stress, yada, the whole nine, right? But yeah, men. I'm just saying that right now, men do not give a fuck about the girl's status or money. If anything, that's actually like a turnoff for most majority of men, or most men wouldn't even want to do that because they see that as a risk, as a liability, basically. To where the girl's gonna have more options or power, or leverage, whatever, yada yada yada, all this stuff, whatever, and they just don't want to deal with all that, right? You know what I mean? So just say it. But yeah, no, guys, they don't fucking care for that. You know what I mean? So now, if the guy has the same amount of success and power, you know, whatever, or greater, then they probably wouldn't give a fuck, right? They'll either still do it just to get something out of it, or they'll maybe try and see how it goes, and, you know, 9 out of 10 times it just doesn't work out, unfortunately, because you basically have two fucking competitors in a relationship. You know what I mean? Good luck. Most people are just not compatible to compete against each other, especially if it's a man or woman, you know? So that's the issue. Now, there's exceptions where people can be willing to work through that and be productive while being competitive and, you know, like good sportsmanship, right? But fortunately, that's not everybody. But before we continue any further, that's going to be it for the first part of this reaction to Fresh and Fit with Pearl. And yeah, like things are getting pretty interesting. The beginning was very slow, very calm, nothing really crazy or anything like that. I'm assuming things are probably going to get really crazy and pick up once you get further and further through. But yeah, no, I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, if you guys did, make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe for more content. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out.